All right, I see them coming in. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the American Heritage, the first ever virtual college fair. You are right now coming into session B2, which includes University of California, Berkeley, UC Irvine, UC Riverside, UC San Diego, UC Santa Barbara, and UC Santa Cruz. So that is B2. Just to let you know, how you ask questions. There's a Q&A button that you can type your questions into at any time. Your camera and microphones are muted and turned off, so you won't be able to speak that way. Don't forget to sign up for more sessions. We have one more after this. It starts at 4 o'clock. And then recording. We are recording the sessions, just so you know, and the recordings will be available. Again, all sessions are being recorded and they will be available on the same page that you registered on. So thank you for being here, and we're just gonna let students come on in. I see we've got a good number in here. And as I said, we are going to start with University of California, Berkeley. So if you wanna grab the screen and take it away.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Callett. Yeah, of course. Thank you for having us. Good afternoon, everybody. It just hit 12 p.m. here in California, so thank you so much for being here. My name is Denalyn Malari. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm an assistant director in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at the University of California, Berkeley. You might have heard from me last week, so hi again if you did. I'm just going to share with you all some information about our campus community. So I'll go ahead and get started. All right, so Berkeley is the flagship campus of the University of California system, which includes 9 undergraduate campuses located throughout the state. And you'll have an opportunity to hear from 6 of us today. We encourage students to apply broadly within the UC system. Rest assured, applying to one campus won't impact the decision made by another. To shift gears and speak specifically about our campus, I want to first take a moment to recognize that Berkeley sits in the territory of Huichin, the ancestral and unceded land of the Chochenyo Ohlone, the successors of the historic and sovereign Verona Band of Alameda County. This land was and continues to be of great importance to the Ohlone people. We recognize that every member of the Berkeley community has and continues to benefit from the use and occupation of this land since the institution's founding in 1868. UC Berkeley is located in Northern California in the San Francisco Bay Area, about 20 minutes from San Francisco, 45 minutes from Silicon Valley and Napa Valley respectively, and even about 90 minutes to the state capital, Sacramento. The campus's central location really allows students to take full advantage of the rich culture and history of the Bay Area. So what makes UC Berkeley the institution that it is, and I mean this with every fiber of my being, really is our students. We have over 30,000 undergraduate students and more than 11,000 grad level students. While each student's experience, of course, is unique, Berkeley facilitates opportunities for students to discover themselves and thrive, which are themes that you're going to see throughout this brief presentation. So what is a UC Berkeley student? Berkeley students are scholars who pursue knowledge both inside and outside of the classroom walls as they learn from their faculty, but also each other. Our students are known for their intellectual curiosity and thinking with, as we say, outside of the box. Whether they know what they want to major in from their first day on campus or are still exploring, all students come in with a passion to learn and a drive to succeed. At Berkeley, we have approximately 300 programs between our undergrad and grad levels. Our over 100 majors are organized into 5 colleges and 1 school. So I'll speak briefly and generally about each of them, but I would recommend visiting our Berkeley Academic Guide, which is online. It's guide.berkeley.edu. So I'll start off with the College of Letters and Science, which is our largest college at UC Berkeley, with about 75% of our students are enrolled. It includes majors in the arts and humanities, biological sciences, math and physical sciences, social sciences, and interdisciplinary studies. The College of Chemistry is one of the only colleges in the country specifically dedicated to the area of chemistry, and it's one of our smaller schools. Fun fact, our students have actually discovered 16 chemical elements of the periodic table, which is more than any other university in the world. And a couple of those include berkelium and californium. The College of Engineering is one of the top engineering schools in the country, offering a dynamic, hands-on education with majors ranging from mechanical engineering to energy engineering. It also remains our most competitive program to be admitted to for incoming first years. The College of Environmental Design is our smallest college at UC Berkeley and offers an innovative interdisciplinary approach to majors like architecture, urban design, and sustainable environmental design. The Rausser College of Natural Resources has a special history being the oldest college in the UC system. It focuses on environmental sciences with a broad range of majors such as microbial biology and society and environment. It's also a strong option for students who might be interested in attending medical school because of the heavy health and science focus in majors like nutritional science and toxicology. And then finally, Berkeley Haas School of Business is the second oldest business school in the US, and it remains one of the top ranked as well. It has one major in business administration, but students can of course concentrate in areas such as accounting, marketing, and international business. Haas also offers specialized interdisciplinary programs such as the Management, Entrepreneurship, and Technology, or MET dual degree program, the Global Management program, and the Biology plus Business dual degree program. So I know that was a lot of information, but again, just to uplift the Berkeley Academic Guide entirely online at guide.berkeley.edu. So to talk a bit about research, research really is a cornerstone of UC Berkeley's history, including the discovery of vitamins E and K, and what seems very appropriate at this time, the flu vaccine. Participating in research is one way that Berkeley students can explore their interests, and that you can do that as an undergraduate student. One of the many programs we offer for undergrads to be involved in research is the Undergraduate Research Apprenticeship Program, also called URAP. This is where students can learn how to conduct research by working with faculty and staff mentors every semester as early as your very first year. And then if you have your own research interests that you'd like to discover more about, then you can also apply for funding and general mentorship in order to, again, pursue your own research interest. Of course, ensuring that our students receive the necessary support to thrive on our campus is vital to our institutional vision. And one of the primary places where students can seek support is in our Center for Educational Equity and Excellence, which provides support for students from a variety of backgrounds, including the Transfer Center, the Educational Opportunity Program, the Undocumented Student Program, and other special programs for system impacted students. So I know that's a lot of information to share and a lot of slides that I have on here, but a lot of different ways that students are engaging across our campus through our 1,200 or so organizations, our Division I sports. We have 28 NCAA sports, Pac-12 conference if you're interested in that, 30 club sports, myriad intramural teams, and you're clearly clicking through all of our slides because I did not time myself before the presentation, but hopefully that gives a tiny, tiny glimpse into the opportunities available at UC Berkeley, and I believe I'm heading up into the last slide. Thank you all so much for your time, and I'll go ahead and pass it off to my colleague Michelle with Irvine, I think. Thank you all.
Absolutely, thank you. Sorry about that. My screen went away for a second. Thank you so much, Jenilyn, and thanks for also the intro to the University of California system. My name is Michelle Burns. I'm the Regional Admissions Counselor for University of California, Irvine. I'm actually based myself out on the East Coast, so I'm always on the same time zone as you all as well. So we're going to hop down the coast to Southern California and visit UC Irvine, one of the younger UCs within the system. We were founded in 1965 with the city of Irvine at the same time. So in Irvine, we're down in Southern California. We're about 45 minutes south of LA, an hour north of San Diego, all depending on traffic, of course, and then just 10 minutes from Newport Beach. So within the range of us, we have 3 other beaches, and we're definitely known as a great place for beach lovers and students to explore in the area. It's nice sunny weather as well, minus the humidity that you all have in Florida, so you can come enjoy that nice coastal breeze. And our students definitely enjoy the Southern California location with tons of fun outdoor activities, making sure they stay really active, whether it's at the beach, hiking, biking, or heading up to Big Bear to go skiing. And then we are, of course, close to Disneyland as well. So lots of fun things for our students to do in the area. And that's all great and fun, and we know that's fantastic to have fun things. It's also great because in Irvine, about 1/3 of all Fortune 500 companies have some sort of offices or headquarters there. So when students are coming to UCI and they're looking to major in any of our different 14 schools there, you know that you have a lot of opportunities to get engaged in different internships and research that are taking place right in the Irvine area. You'll see our different schools featured here. We are unique in that we're broken up into schools versus colleges, and then our students can explore from all those areas. If you already know what you want to do, that's fantastic, and we'll welcome you to go ahead and apply in directly to those majors. Some that are really important to choose as you're coming in as a first-year student are information computer sciences, engineering, our business administration program, and our Paul Mirage School of Business, and then our nursing science program. Those do tend to be more competitive programs, so we definitely recommend that you select those as a major if you're coming in as a first-year student. If you're not sure what you want to do, we invite students to explore. We definitely look for students to enjoy and learning from all the different areas that we offer, and we really focus on interdisciplinary learning and collaborative opportunities at UCI. You'll see a number of our programs where cross-collaboration is taking place across a number of different departments or schools, and then also a number of our research institutes that really focus and grab from different areas of academic study. So this just gives a sense of our campus. When you're at UCI, it's all in a circle there, just really taking that metaphor into a very literal physical space of all learning is connected and interdisciplinary. So no matter where you are on campus, it's pretty easy to head across the other side of campus in about 10 to 20 minutes. And then all of our first year students live either in our Middle Earth or Mesa Court student housing, and we do have themed communities available for you within that as well. At UCI, we really focus on project-based learning as well, and research as well, which Sheldon mentioned is a cornerstone of so many of our UC campuses. So at UCI, 73% of our undergraduate students participate in research before they leave us, and that's happening in a variety of ways, whether it's in a lab setting or whether you're a drama student that's out in a classroom learning how, doing research on how children acquire language. So our students are doing so many things across a really wide variety and spectrums. We also have a number of our programs where they do capstone projects, especially in our STEM-based fields. And we have companies in the area that actually come in and hire our students for credit for senior design projects where they're working with those students that entire senior year. And then you get to share that out with your peers and also with all those other great companies in the area that have been working with the students. Many students go ahead and leave those programs with job opportunities or internships in hand. And then along with the other UCs, we do participate in study abroad and our wonderful UC-DC program, where you can go to DC and live in our dorms there with all the other UC students and have an internship while you're taking 1 or 2 classes in DC. The next thing I want to focus on is our great anteater spirit and our really active student life. We are the anteaters. Peter the anteater is our mascot. It was voted upon by the students back in the 60s, and we're a pretty spirited school. We are a Division I school for sports in the Big West Conference. We have a lot of club sports and intramurals. We also have one of the top esports programs in the country, so we're the 2018 champions for League of Legends. So whether you are playing on the court or playing on the computer, we have a spot for you. And then we do have housing. I mentioned all of our first year students have 2 options for housing. And then we do have additional housing for upper year students as well, all across campus. And then about 600 different clubs and organizations. So no matter what you've been involved in school, there's a good chance that we have something available for you there on campus. We are also a really diverse campus at UCI. We are a minority serving institution and really working to become a minority thriving institution. So you'll see our background of students on campus and a lot of cross-cultural centers where it's not only a great place to have a home and feel like you have a place with other people, but also to be a great ally and to learn about other cultures as well and celebrate those in various holiday celebrations and festivals on campus. The last thing I'll mention is that we're a pretty fun, quirky institution as well. This just gives you a sense of our students. We do have like to set a Guinness Book of World Records every year. So this is our students setting the Guinness Book of World Records for largest game of dodgeball ever held. We also have a few others in capture the flag, the largest pillow fight, and largest water blaster fight ever. And there I'll give you the info for our upcoming event. If you if you take a picture, you can come to our preview week next week, and I'll turn it over next. Thank you so much.
Excellent, thanks. Next we have Riverside.
All right. Okay, so Thank you everyone for joining our session today to get an overview of all of the University of California schools. My name is Mandy Lowe and I represent University of California, Riverside. I have been with Riverside for about 5.5 years now. I graduated from the Masters of Higher Education program in administration as well. So I am an alum of UC Riverside. So from this picture over here, you can see our beautiful campus. It's an area view of how Riverside looks like. It's a sprawling campus, really huge. Lots of new developments going on right now on campus as well. So it's a really exciting time for a lot of our students here on campus. Riverside is in Southern California, not too far from my coworker, Michelle from UC Irvine. We're just about an hour or so to the beaches, an hour to Big Bear Mountain, where you can find a beautiful ski resort. And we're also not too far from LA, just about an hour and a half away. So this is our beautiful campus of Riverside. Just to give you an idea of how many students we currently have on campus right now, we are pretty mid-sized, about 25,500 students altogether currently, with about 1,200 faculty members. 98% of them do hold a PhD. Our average class size, it's relatively small, about 21 students per class. So that gives you a really intimate feel on campus when you're in any of your classes. Over 100,000 alum currently all over the world have graduated from our campus at UCR. So on Riverside's campus, we are very proud of our diversity. We do have students from 88 different countries from all over the world, including 1,700 international students so far. I'm really sure that you, as a student currently applying to college or university, have already done some research about what kind of majors you are interested in. Here at Riverside, we do have over 150 different majors. So it's really tough for us to talk about, some of these majors, but I will go ahead and highlight some of them that I think really showcases Riverside. One of the majors that's not very popular, not a lot of students would apply to, which I think is a really good major, is our entomology major. So entomology is the study of insects or study of bugs. We are ranked #2 in the world for this major. So there's a lot of research going on campus in our College of Natural Agricultural Sciences, obviously in the College of Sciences. We do have this entomology major. Every year, professor from this major will also take our students abroad to collect insect specimens from all over the world. So it's a pretty unconventional major, but it is really interesting as well. And it's also one of our top majors here at UCR. Also, our School of Business is one of 3 schools in the UC system that has a business at the undergraduate level. So if you're applying and you want to major in business administration, you will be looking at our campus of Irvine, Berkeley, as well as UC Riverside for a business major. Our School of Public Policy is the only one in the UC system as well. So if you're thinking of majoring in a public policy program, definitely consider UC Riverside. Last but not least, our School of Medicine. I just wanted to go ahead and give a few highlights about this program as well in our School of Medicine. Medicine, as you all know, is a graduate program, not available in the undergraduate program, but with Riverside, we do have this pre-track for medical school. We are the first school in the Western Hemisphere that opened in 40 years, a first school of medicine, that's what I'm talking about. At Riverside's campus, we do have a program called the Thomas Hyder program that actually guarantees 24 out of 70 seats on medical school for Riverside students only. So if you did attend UCR as an undergraduate student, in any of these majors you actually have a 24 out of 70 seats reserved for you in the School of Medicine, meaning you actually have more priority over other students in being admitted to our medical school. The school does want to keep students in the area for, to become doctors or to become practitioners for medicine, only because we do have a severe shortage of doctors in the Inland Empire area. And so that is why we are reserving that number of seats for students who are attending UCR. I love talking about food. We enjoy food on campus here at UC Riverside. Lots of dining options available for our students. We even have food truck festivals where we invite food trucks from all over the country, all over town, to be at UCR just to serve our students delicious food where, you know, they don't have to travel very far at all. So we've had food trucks coming from Maine, serving lobster rolls. We've had food trucks coming from all the way from the East Coast. So pretty much all over, just to serve up delicious food and different options for our students. Of course, you don't have to go very far. Even though there's a food truck festival going on, you will still have lots of options available on campus here at Riverside. Obviously, financial aid as well as scholarships is something that every student will think about before attending college or while attending college. Up to 92% of UCR students actually do receive some kind of financial aid and or merit-based scholarship. So actually, you know, for an out-of-state student coming to a UC school or to Riverside, you will be looking at approximately $45,000 per year in tuition. But with financial aid or scholarship, a lot of these fees can be covered. So definitely look into options for merit-based scholarship as well as financial aid prior to attending a UC school. At Riverside, we do offer a non-resident student achievement scholarship of up to $13,500 a year. This scholarship can be renewed every year for all 4 years. And so this is merit-based. It is definitely considering your GPA from high school while we offer this scholarship to students. You don't have to apply separately. It is automatically considered once you submit your UC application. So this is all the highlights I wanted to tell you all about Riverside. If you have your phone, feel free to pull it out right now and scan this. Otherwise, we will also be able to get your information when you sign up for this fair, and the UCs will be able to contact you shortly after this presentation. So with that, I am going to pass on to my colleague from San Diego to present about their campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Mandy, and hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Corey. I'm an admissions officer at UC San Diego. The first slide I have up here is for if you have follow-up questions or want to stay in touch with our Office of Admissions here at UC San Diego, go ahead and take a picture of this slide or write down that link or that email that you see. A virtual advising session is a one-on-one session with an admissions officer like myself. Again, this is a really good way to connect with someone in our office because we only have a short amount of time in this event here today. So here at UC San Diego, the motto for our city is America's Finest City. So you've heard from some other UC schools. I'm glad that they have showed the map of all of our campuses and where they are in California. UC San Diego is at the very bottom, so closest to the Mexico border as you can get. This information here is just about our campus. As you can see, we are a pretty big campus, about 1,200 acres. For comparison size, it's about twice the size of Central Park in New York City. So while we are a big campus, UC San Diego is very accessible. We have our own shuttle system here, so you don't have to walk. A lot of students will bike. Electric skateboards and scooters are also very popular. So again, even though we are a big campus, it doesn't feel that way on our campus. Next up, we have our majors and disciplines. So here at UC San Diego, we offer over 140 different majors across 8 different discipline areas. If you want more information about the complete list of majors that we offer, definitely visit our admissions website at admissions.ucsd.edu. Next up, we also have the capped majors that you see in blue on your screen. Key takeaway about our capped programs is that if you are interested in a capped major at UC San Diego, you definitely want to put it as your first or second choice on the UC application. For those who don't know what a capped major or program is, these are just the programs on our campus that we have to put capacity limits on because it wouldn't be fair if we admitted every single student who wanted engineering, for example. The resources would not be there for students. It would take you longer to get classes, speak to an advisor, things like that. So again, if you're interested in a capped program, when you apply to UC San Diego, definitely put it as first or second on the application. I won't spend too much time here, but just know that UC San Diego is also a top ranked school, just like many of our other UC campuses that you'll hear from today. Washington Monthly named UC San Diego the #1 best public university in the US for social mobility, research, and public service. Research is a big part of the student experience here at UC San Diego. You can be in any year, for example, a first-year student in a liberal arts major, and you can participate in research. You do not have to be, for example, an engineering major or a senior to participate in research. So that's one cool thing about UC San Diego. We get a lot of funding in research, and students are able to take advantage of those opportunities, as well as study abroad, a wide array of student experiences that you can take advantage of at UC San Diego. One of the other very unique things about our campus is our college system. So here at UC San Diego, we do it a little differently. We do not group you by your major or what you study. So we will have students from all 140 different majors, all 8 disciplines, who will all be grouped together by college. When you apply to UC San Diego, you will be asked to rank our colleges. And then if you're offered admission, we will assign you to a college based on how you rank them. Again, each college is set up the same. They have the same resources for students. As you can see on the screen, their own academic advising offices, their own honors programs, etc. There are some subtle differences between each college. As a first-year student, you will live in the neighborhood that is your college. So for example, an engineering student in 7th College will live in 7th College, but an engineering student in Revelle College will live in the part of campus that is Revelle. For more information about our colleges, again, visit our admissions website where you can find more information. Next up, I have some information about living on campus here at UC San Diego. So we do guarantee housing to both our first year and transfer students, at least 2 years of guaranteed housing, but some students will stay on campus the entire time. Living on campus is highly recommended. As you can see, 9 out of 10 of our first year incoming students do live on campus. You have a lot of food options, with vegan kosher, food trucks, farmers markets that come to campus weekly. Our school is also located next to 2 really big shopping centers and a mall. They're all within a mile radius of our campus. And again, with the shuttle system and the trolley that are coming to our campus, these are all, very close to our campus. So if you get tired of the food that you're getting while you live on campus, you'll have many other options as well. And then definitely wanted to highlight some student life and involvement here at UC San Diego. As you can see, we have over 600 plus student clubs and organizations. Many students will be involved in things outside of what they study. Many of these clubs and orgs will be non-academic related. We have clubs and organizations in just about everything you can think of. I heard of a lettuce eating club not too long ago that was very surprising to me. I didn't know we had that kind of club here on campus at UC San Diego. But it just goes to show how creative our students are. If you come to campus and there isn't a club or group that you want to see, you are very much encouraged to start that club. There are spaces and resources available. Another big thing happening on our campus is that our athletics teams will be transitioning to Division I as of this year. So we're really excited about that. Some campus events that you see on the screen here: Meet the Beach. This is a big welcome week event for all of our campus. Again, we are a coastal beach campus. You can literally walk to the beach from anywhere at UC San Diego. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, and then next up, I have some campus community resources that I want to highlight very quickly. Again, more spaces for our students to stay connected with one another. A lot of these centers will offer students resources, job internships, help with your resume, things like that. So again, just more to add to the student experience here at UC San Diego. And again, I am running out of time here. So I want to put this slide back up. Again, go ahead and take a picture of this or screenshot. This is the best way to stay connected with our office. Go ahead and send an email to admissionsreply@ucsd.edu, or go ahead and sign up for a virtual advising session. Thank you for the time, and I'll go ahead and pass it on to the next campus now.
Thank you so much. Up next is UC Santa Barbara.
Hi, friends. I'm so excited to share a little bit about the University of California, Santa Barbara with you. My name's Kuka Acosta. I'm the Associate Director for Undergraduate Admissions, and I'm going to ooh and ah you by showing you a picture of campus. Yep, that is campus. Yep, that is the Pacific Ocean. You know what water looks like, so you're not maybe as impressed as other individuals. But the fact that we do have a third of campus surrounded by the Pacific Ocean is helpful. We also have a third of campus surrounded by the Santa Barbara Airport, which is how I travel to you when I visit your school. Santa Barbara Airport has American, United, Delta, Frontier, so it's an open way to come visit us when the pandemic allows you to do it. The University of California, Santa Barbara happens to be a tier 1 research institution like our sister campuses. We have on campus a 94% faculty teacher rate, which means our classes from freshman through senior year are taught by faculty. And our faculty are amazing. Some of them have been changing the world. I know, slightly dramatic, but it's true. You'll find that these faculty are 6 Nobel Prize winners, Grammy winners, Emmy winners, and more. The undergraduate experience at the University of California allows you to find yourself with about 90% of our students working on a bachelor's degree. For UC Santa Barbara, what you're going to find is that many of our students feel like it's a collaborative undergraduate residential community. So collaborative in that you're really working together with your peers, your first year students, your senior year students, undergraduate because that's the majority of our student body, and residential because pre-pandemic we had a 4-year housing guarantee. With 8 residence halls and 6 University of California apartments, that meant a lot of opportunity to really engage into community. Most of our students don't go home on the weekends. We really are not a commuter school. This allows you to get to know other people from Florida, people from Texas, people from Brazil, and other countries that are on campus. About 18% of our students are non-resident, and for Santa Barbara, we love that mixture of diversity within the classroom and in the conversations that you have access to. Located about 100 miles north of Los Angeles, the Southern California vibe is something that we really acclimate to and that our students find accessible. About 500 student clubs and organizations, and anything from academic clubs like the Engineering Association to our social clubs like the Barbecue Club, which I'm the staff advisor to. We're a Division I campus with 19 NCAA Division I teams. Club and intramural sports are also an option for you if you're interested in outdoor activities. Santa Barbara as a community happens to be 20 minutes from the mountains and again, oceanfront property, so great options. But the academics are what I want you to focus on. For Santa Barbara, we have about 100 different majors in 3 separate undergraduate colleges. Our College of Engineering, our College of Letters and Science, and our College of Creative Studies. Think of UCSB as your house, and colleges are rooms in that house. There are different purposes. Some of our majors will be found in more than one college. Art, math, computing, physics. They're offered in multiple colleges. So how do you find the right fit? Well, think of the College of Engineering for your engineering programs as being selective. There are more qualified students than I have space allocation. So we will be looking at math, and some math, and then math. So I'm looking for math at pre-calculus by senior year. I'm looking for strong math grades, A's and B's. I'm looking for math progression from freshman to senior year. The College of Letters and Science, on the other hand, is our liberal arts college, which includes an option to come in as undeclared. 80 majors, which are inclusive of programs like actuarial science, economics, political science, sociology, and so much more. And then finally, our College of Creative Studies, which offers 8 programs: art, biology, chemistry, computing, mathematics, music composition, and physics, as well as writing and literature. These particular programs are about students being able to create new knowledge. So you're not going to just be the receptacle of information as it's already been discovered. But as an undergraduate student in the College of Creative Studies, you get to be right there creating and discovering new information. Did that just sound exciting to you? Then you're a College of Creative Studies student at UCSB. That will require a supplemental application that will be evaluated by a faculty committee in the major that you're applying to. So 3 separate colleges, about 100 different programs, and more than 40 minors. Great options and opportunities for our students to really engage in learning. The interdisciplinary style of our undergraduate program means that I can be a chemical engineer and do research in bioengineering. I can be a film and media studies student, and I can take classes in religious studies or in microbiology. This is exciting for that student who doesn't want to be tracked in one small field. The campus is diverse as well when it comes to our student representation. We do mimic the state of California when it comes to ethnicity, but I want to point out that all the UC campuses are test optional. We do not require an SAT or an ACT. You heard me right. And what you're going to find is while averages are out there and you want to know them, I will not be using it for the admission selection process at UC Santa Barbara. What? I know. But I want you to know what I will be doing. So get in touch with us. Our virtual open house will be on November 6th, Friday, November 6th. Join us for that. You'll also find lots of tutorials and videos on our YouTube channel, UCSB for me. And if you have any questions whatsoever for me, my email is the simplest one ever, Kuka, C-U-C-A @ucsb.edu. And until we can meet in person, stay safe, and I'll turn it over to my colleague at Santa Cruz.
And And hello, everyone. Thanks so much, Kuko, for the great introduction. I'm so glad that you all are joining us today. I want to first introduce myself. My name is Sarah Koshin, and I am a regional representative and an admissions counselor. I'm actually located full-time in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So like Michelle, we'll worry about the time zone difference for you. So always feel free to contact me at any time. I'm going to talk a little bit more about UC Santa Cruz. And the first thing I want to touch on is our location. I think our location is something that is extremely attractive to students who may be considering a UC campus because we are located in Northern California. So we're about an hour and a half south of San Francisco and about 45 minutes outside of San Jose or Silicon Valley. Just as Kuka mentioned, really easy for you to get back and forth to the East Coast with 2 different airports to lean on. If you want my honest opinion, I always fly into San Francisco because it's an excuse for me to get ramen. But because we are big city adjacent, we offer a lot for our students in terms of opportunity. So great opportunities in terms of internships, full-time employment, and all of the social and cultural benefits that come from being big city adjacent. But of course, when you retire back to UC Santa Cruz on campus, it's a bit more of an insulated, peaceful, and tranquil type of feeling. So the background that I have today looks a whole lot like campus as we sit on about 2,000 acres of a redwood forest with beautiful rolling hills, fantastic views of the Pacific Ocean and the Monterey Bay. And just in case you're not used to measuring things in acreage, 2,000 acres is about 2.5 Central Parks. So we do have quite a large campus. Our students definitely get a lot of exercise and really enjoy spending time outside. We have over 300 sunny days a year. And if you like to hike or bike, if you like to camp, if you are a surfer or you want to try scuba, these are all great options for you at UC Santa Cruz. I think our students get the best of both worlds when they're on campus. Again, it's kind of like a tranquil escape, but of course we are about 8 minutes from the beach too. So beaches and forests, you really can't beat it. I want to touch on our academic programs. So one thing that makes UC Santa Cruz a bit unique in the UC system is our very founding. When we were founded in 1965, we're pretty young for an institution, but upon our founding, we actually were meant to be something different. So something different than UC Berkeley, something different than UCLA. And the intentions for UC Santa Cruz was to kind of follow a more European model of smaller, more intimate, a lot of engagement between students and faculty members. So that's what you get at UC Santa Cruz, a smaller, more intimate liberal arts feel with access to, of course, great tier 1 research opportunities. So much so that about 75% of our undergraduate students do take advantage of some form of undergraduate research, and I'll go one step further. So on our campus, we have about 17,500 undergraduate students, and if you compare that to our graduate population, which is just under 2,000, you'll see that our demographics on campus are heavily slanted to the undergraduate side. When you consider how research funding is typically dispersed, it's normally professors, then graduate students, then undergraduate students. So because our campus is so heavily cited in the undergraduate side, there's lots of opportunities and funding available for students to get involved in research very early, earlier in your academic career than potentially some other campuses that you could be considering. But in terms of academic impact, there's a number of different ways you could contribute at UC Santa Cruz. We have 70 different majors for you to choose from, 39 minors across 5 academic divisions. So a frequently asked question that we get are, what are your most popular majors? What are you known for? I would say that many students have heard of UC Santa Cruz, maybe because they have interest in computer science or computer engineering. With such close proximity to Silicon Valley, maybe that's not surprising. But we also have a lot of students who are involved in business management, economics, psychology, human biology, so heavy in the sciences. But our film and digital media program is also ranked 10th in the country. And our programs like marine biology and a new program, agroecology, are very popular. So we definitely have threads of environmental studies and sustainability on our campus at UC Santa Cruz. You can definitely engage in that type of work if that's something that interests you. It's easy to add into your academics. The last note that I want to make on this academic slide is that we do have a number of different ways for our students to be interdisciplinary. And I mean that more than just taking up a couple courses across different areas of academics, but we do have structuralized majors that are interdisciplinary in nature. So a good example is games and playable media that takes aspects of art, design, and technology and programming. And in your senior year, it all culminates in our students producing their own playable game. So lots of different options for you to take advantage of in terms of our academics. And another way that we kind of make that interdisciplinary feel a bit real for our students is through our residential colleges. So you might remember a college discussion with another UC campus, but unlike UC San Diego, we actually don't have you rank your preference in our residential colleges until after you've decided to come to UC Santa Cruz. So briefly put, living and learning communities on campus, really breaking down barriers between students, as it doesn't matter what your major is. You're free to be affiliated with any of these 10 colleges. I'm going to sneak over to student life to mention briefly, we do have a burgeoning student life and organization base. It's one thing I wish you could kind of feel for yourself on campus, but we have over 200 clubs and organizations. Many students take advantage of our intramural and club sports. We're definitely the type of campus where you'll see students tossing around a Frisbee at any given moment, but great opportunities to participate in service work, professional organizations, or cultural celebrations as well. Last but not least, if you are interested in getting a job after you graduate or going on to graduate school, you're in luck. Our students are highly sought after in both realms. This year, we were also recognized as one of the top 20 institutions most likely to land you a job in Silicon Valley.
Excellent.
Okay. And last but not least, I just want to mention my contact information. Feel free to take a photo if you'd like. I'm happy to connect with you. Of course, this is just a short presentation, but if you have questions, I hope we meet again soon.
Excellent. Thank you so much, everybody. We do have about 5 minutes for questions. So for students, feel free to enter in the Q&A, enter any questions that you have.
I do see some questions coming in. So for UC Berkeley, how is the employment rate for majors in humanities? And I guess that would be a question for...
Sure. So I'm not sure the specific rate by major, by college necessarily, but I know that about 85% of our students will graduate with a job offer. And then the other, just the 15% left over are students who are possibly pursuing graduate and professional school. And that's kind of across the board. So I don't have the specific numbers otherwise.
Okay, thank you. A question for everyone, for all UC schools. Which UC school has the biggest business program? Is a question that came up. I don't know if you're able to answer that.
I'm not sure who has the biggest. I know there are 3 of us that have the business administration program that Mandy had mentioned with Riverside. So it's Riverside, Berkeley, and Irvine. I think our sizes are all a little bit different with that as well. For Irvine, we only admit about 150 students into the program each year. So ours is actually going to be small. But I do know that all of us as well have business economics as an option. And even if you're at a UC that doesn't have business administration, it doesn't mean you can't be in the business field and be studying those topics as well.
Okay, and I know after listening to all of you, a student has a question. Is there a comparison chart of all the UCs?
No, there's not. And that's because they're all so unique and so wonderful. It really comes down to what's the right fit for you, right? It's about location. Do you want to be in a large city? Do you want to be in a suburb? Do you want to be in an urban area? It's about size. It's about graduate, undergraduate. And of course, it's about who has your major or who has the preparation for your career, with the knowledge that your major doesn't have to equal your career exactly. So we hope that you'll do the comparison yourself to see what you need from us in order to pick what's the right UC campus or campuses to apply to.
Okay, thank you.
I know that students are asking for all of our contact information. Do you want us to type that up in the Q&A box?
That would be great. I was just about to say that if you could all, some of you have already shared your contact information. I know some of you had also said just email the office directly and it will get to you. But if those of you who are willing to share it, that would be fantastic.
And I also believe that the college reps will receive a transcript of all of these questions. And so if we're not able to answer them, within the next minute, they will be able to reach out to you and answer them at a later time.
I think we have about 1 more minute left. I don't know if anyone wants to share anything about any specific traditions that you do on each of your campuses. Anyone want to jump in?
I think we all have really fun ones. Oh, go for it, Mandy.
Sorry, I was gonna say we have a bagpipe band at UC Riverside. So if you know how to play bagpipes, come to UCR.
We have a fun one. We throw tortillas on the field during soccer matches. Whenever they dare to give us a penalty card, we throw it at the ref. So that's our fun tradition that we have.
And I already mentioned one of our traditions, but I did want to let you all know that we do have an event called UC for You this Saturday specifically for non-resident students. So under my contact information, I dropped the registration link, and you can hear from all of us again, or you can also drop into our individual chats and hear from each school.
I will point one thing out, the last sort of question that I know got asked really early on, and how will COVID-19 affect admissions? Note that all of us recalibrate our admissions every year. So before COVID, with COVID, every year we recalibrate based off of how many open spots do we have. We relook at our budgets. So I really think you should look at where do I want to go, and don't worry about COVID numbers because they will change every single year, period. So we hope that you'll find the campus that you want to apply to. Same concept with scholarships and financial aid. The application has a scholarship section that you can enter and find as an unlimited number of categories that apply to you, and that most of us will look at merit scholarships automatically. And for those campuses that don't, they will email you instructions to invite you to merit scholarships should you qualify. So we are need blind. We're not looking at can you pay, but we will be looking at how much money can we give you after an offer of admission is created.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you so much. I know we're wrapping up now. For our students, we have another session, so please be sure to sign up. And also, as you log out of this, you will get a quick survey. If you could make sure to answer those 4 questions. And it was so great having all of you sort of on our campus today. So thank you for all the information. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all.
Have a good one. Bye, everyone.